Assalamualaikum. Today our group want to present Group Assignment 1 Case Study The Wedding BTM545 Technology Project Management. Before we go to our presentation, let me introduce our team. Firstly is Nur Afifah binti Muhammad Zubir, Nur Batrisha binti Asrul Hisham, and myself, Nur Fazana binti Ma'dia, and Nur Nadilah binti Mak Zaid. Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. The main objective of our project is to organize and hold a successful and memorable outdoor wedding and reception for Tony and Peggy Sue on June 30. The couple wants the wedding to reflect both of their background. Tony energetic in Italian-American family root in New York City, and Peggy Sue calm, conservative lifestyle on a ranch in Nebraska. For this case study, they both agree on a full and joyful event with music, dancing, and the presence of friends, family, and college classmates. However, since they are covering the wedding expenses themselves due to financial constraint and student loan debt, budgeting is a major concern. They aim to carefully plan every detail from the venue, vendors, and guest list to lodging and communication with both family, all within a tight 6-month timeline. The ultimate goal is to create a celebration that is balanced, realistic, and enjoyable for everyone while staying within budget and possibly using gift money to help fund a honeymoon.
The assumption we made for our wedding planning project involving Tony and Peggy Sue. First, we assume that the wedding date is fixed. June 30 is confirmed. So all planning efforts must be timely to ensure everything is ready by then. Second, we assume that our outdoor venue will be available and suitable. The couple believe they can secure a location that fits all their guests and is available on that date. We also assume that the weather will be favorable on the wedding day. Even though it's expected to be clear, a backup plan is in place just in case it rains or the weather turns bad. The guest list is assumed to be around 250 to 30 people, including family, relatives, and college friends, and the couple expect most of them to attend. It's also assumed that the ceremony will be self-financed by Tony and Peggy Sue since both families have financial constraints. In line with that, the couple also assumes that gift in kind or money from guests will help offset wedding costs and even contribute to their honeymoon. We assume that vendors can be found at affordable prices. The couple believe they can get caterers, photographers, and musicians within their limited budget. Another assumption is that both families will cooperate despite different expectations and will support the couple's vision for the wedding. Next, for out-of-town guests, it is assumed that travel and accommodation arrangement can be made affordably and conveniently near the venue. Time is assumed to be sufficient, with 6 months from January to June believed to be enough to complete the wedding planning process. We also assume that no major emergencies or disruption will interfere, whether it be financial, personal, or weather-related. The couple assume that both Tony and Peggy Sue will be actively involved in the planning, from scheduling and budgeting to vendor management. Besides, we assume that all legal and religious requirements will be completed smoothly, including paperwork, license, and religious customs. Lastly, we assume that communication between both families will be manageable and any conflicts or misunderstandings will be handled effectively.
I will be presenting the work breakdown structure WBS for a wedding project, detailing the various tasks and how they are organized to ensure the event runs smoothly. This WBS helped us visualize all the key components of the project and manage it effectively. Our project, the wedding, has been divided into 6 main sections, which is project initiation and planning, venue and logistic management, guest management, vendor and services coordination, attire and ceremony. Lastly is honeymoon. Each of these sections consists of multiple subtasks to cover all aspects of the event from planning phase to final execution. Let's go over them in more detail. First phase is project initiation and planning. It includes important tasks like defining the project scope, stakeholder engagement, budget development, creating timeline, and identifying risks and contingencies. These initial steps set the foundation for the entire project and ensuring clarity structure from the start. Next, we move to venue and logistic management, which involves tasks such as selecting the ceremony venue, arranging backup venue, organizing setting arrangement, and managing other logistics like restroom, tents, table, and chairs. Proper logistics ensure that the venue will be prepare to accommodation guests comfortably and the event runs smoothly. In the guest management section, we handle tasks such as preparing the guest list, designing and sending invitation, and track RSVPs. This ensures that the guest list is properly managed and everyone receives the necessary detail for the event. Moving on to vendor and services coordination, this section includes coordination services such as catering, entertainment booking, photography and videography, flower bouquet, and wedding cake. Managing this vendor is crucial for creating the perfect ambience and experience for the wedding days. For the attire and ceremony section, the key tasks include buying attire for the bride, groom, bridesmaid, and flower girl, organizing bridal accessory, and coordinating the ceremony and reception program. This section ensures that everything related to ceremony, including attire and proceeding, is perfectly planned and executed. Finally, the honeymoon section involves making travel arrangements for the couple and their family, ensuring the perfect getaway after the wedding. This adds the finishing touch to a well-planned wedding experience. In conclusion, this work breakdown structure (WBS) break the wedding project into manageable components, helping us ensure that all tasks are complete on time and within budget. Each section is carefully planned and coordinated to create a seamless and memorable experience for the bride, grooms, and their guests.
This sequence table outlines a 180-day structured wedding preparation plan. It begins with event planning and coordination by Tony, which sets the foundation for key areas like venue booking, logistics, and budgeting handled by Peggy Sue, along with the guest list prepared by Peggy. At the same time, Tony oversees the early purchase of wedding attire. Once the venue is secured, Peter coordinates entertainment bookings and catering is arranged after the guest list is finalized. Photography, videography, transportation, and accommodation follow after the budget is confirmed. Tony also manages safety and emergency planning before the big day. A full rehearsal involving all members ensures readiness, and finally, event day execution is led by Peggy Sue. Only once all key elements like attire, catering, and rehearsal are complete. This timeline ensures a smooth, well-coordinated wedding within the given time frame.
Next, we are moving on responsibility assignment metric, also known as RAM. So, what is a responsibility assignment metric? The RAM is a project management tool used to assign specific responsibilities to each team member involved in a project. It ensures that everyone knows what they are responsible for, who is taking the lead on a task, and who is supporting. In our metric, we use two labels. P stands for primary responsibility, the person mainly in charge of the task, and S stands for support, the team member who help or assist with the task. This structure is very important in a real-life project because it helps avoid confusion, ensure accountability, and promote teamwork. For this wedding project, between Tony and Peggy Sue, the RAM is divided based on the work breakdown structure, WBS. We look at every major component of the wedding and assign role accordingly. Let's start with the project initiation and planning phase. Peggy Sue takes the primary role in most of these tasks, such as defining the project scope, engaging with stakeholders, developing the budget, creating the wedding timeline, identifying risks, and planning for contingencies. Tony and the rest of the team play a supporting role here. This makes sense. Peggy Sue naturally organized, making her suitable to lead the planning stage. This metric gives structure to the entire wedding planning process. With Tony and Peggy Sue different background, assigning the right role helps them combine their strengths and plan a balanced and meaningful event.
Now, I will continue explaining how our responsibilities are divided in the next stages of the wedding project in the venue and logistics management section. Tony takes on the primary responsibility. This includes selecting the ceremony venue, arranging a backup venue, planning the layout and seating, managing venue decor, organizing logistics such as tents, restrooms, tables, and chairs. Tony is a professional chef who works in a resort hotel, so he's familiar with hospitality setups and event coordination. That's why it's appropriate for him to lead here. Peggy Sue, Carmela, and Mike Brett are listed as support to help ensure everything runs smoothly. Moving on to guest management, Peggy Sue is mainly in charge. She handles tasks like preparing the guest list, sending invitations, tracking RSVPs, and organizing guest hospitality. For this task, Carmela supports her. This area is crucial because guest satisfaction can make or break an event. Now, when it comes to vendor and service coordination, responsibilities are shared between Tony and Peggy Sue. For example, Tony is the primary person for catering and photography, likely due to his experience in the food industry. Peggy Sue is in charge of booking entertainment, arranging flowers, and organizing the wedding cake. Other members like Carmela and Margaret also provide support across these tasks. Then we have the attire and ceremony section. Peggy Sue leads in managing the bride's accessories, bridal party outfits, the ceremony program, and planning the reception. Tony is responsible for the groom's attire, transportation, and rehearsal. Finally, the honeymoon task is led by Tony, with support from the rest. Since his family is coming from New York, he also arranged their accommodation. So overall, the responsibility assignment matrix helps ensure that every task has a clear leader and clear support. It eliminates overlap, confusion, and delays. Everyone knows who is doing what. This approach also reflects real-world project management, whether in business, construction, or even planning a wedding. Assigning roles is essential for keeping the project on track. To conclude, the RAM is not just about delegation, but also about communication, teamwork, and accountability. It encourages the team to collaborate efficiently and reduce the chances of missed tasks or miscommunication.
I will now explain the network diagram, which is represent the node detail of our wedding project network diagram. Each node in the network diagram corresponds to one key activity in the project. The table shows the node number, the task name, who is responsible, how long the task takes, and a short description. Task 1 is event planning and coordination. This handled by Tony. This is the first and most important task. It takes 30 days and involves planning the overall wedding process. This activity must be completed before other tasks can begin. Task 2 is venue and logistic management. The person in charge is Tony. This task takes 20 days. It involves booking the wedding venue and arranging logistics such as layout, decoration, and facilities. Task 3 is budget and finance. This task is managed by Peggy Sue and takes 20 days. It includes preparing the financial plan, calculating costs, and ensuring that the budget is sufficient for all wedding elements. Task 4 is buy attire. Peggy Sue also handles the task, which is take 50 days. It includes buying the outfit for the bride, grooms, bridesmaid, flower girl, and ring bearer. Task 5 is guest list. The person in charge is also Peggy Sue. This 20 days task involves listing guests, sending out invitation, and tracking RSVPs. Task 6 is entertainment booking. Tony is responsible for this task. It takes 50 days to arrange music, performance, or any entertainment that will be part of the event. Task 7 is catering arrangement, also managed by Tony. This task takes 20 days and involves selecting caterer, planning the menu, and coordinating meal services. Task 8 is photography and videography. This task takes 10 days. Tony arranged professional photographers and videographers to capture the special moments. Task 9 is transportation and accommodation. Tony handled this as well. Over 10 days, it includes transport for the bride, groom family, and guests, along with the hotel arrangement if needed. Task 10 is safety and emergency management. This take 5-day task is important for planning any safety protocol, emergency contact, and basic first aid available during the event. During the wedding, also handled by Tony. Task 11 is rehearsal. Before the actual wedding day, there is a 3-day rehearsal handled by Tony. This is where everyone practices the sequence of events to avoid mistake. 12 is event day execution. Finally, this is the wedding day itself. Tony ensures everything runs smoothly. This is a 1-day task and mark the end of the entire project. This network diagram helps us understand each task in the project when it starts, who is in charge and how long it takes. The node number also help us see how the activities connect in the full network diagram. Overall, the table and the diagram work together to give a clear picture of how we can successfully complete the wedding project within 180 days.
This table shows the critical path method CPM for the wedding project, highlight its start duration, start and finish dates, and slack time. Most activity like venue management and catering have high slack values, meaning they can be delayed without affecting the timeline. The only critical task is event day education, which has just 1 day of duration and depends on the completion of several key tasks. Overall, this analysis shows that the project is well buffered with flexibility to adjust most tasks while ensuring the wedding stays on schedule.
Let me explain the critical path for our wedding project. This is the list of important tasks that must be done on time to make sure the whole project stay on schedule. Critical path is task 1 to task 3 and task 3 to task 9 and task 9 to task 10 and task 10 to task 11, task 11 to task 12, and it takes a total of 46 days. Here is what each task means. Task 1 is event planning and coordination. This is the starting point. It takes 30 days and include preparing everything for the wedding. Task 3 is budget and finance. After planning, we handle the money part. This takes 20 days. Task 9 is transportation and accommodation. We arrange how guests will travel and where they will stay. This needs 10 days. 10 is safety and emergency. We prepare for emergency. This takes 5 days. Task 11 is rehearsal. This is our practice run before the real day. It takes 3 days. Task 12 is event day execution. Finally, the wedding day itself, which is 1 day. Because all these tasks are connected, any delay in one will delay the whole project. So we need to monitor this path carefully to finish on time, even though we have 180 days total.